nigga, you don't know what it took to get here. Can't hit the block without the shine, what it took to get here. Stand down, hard time, what it took to get here.
You know what, my YouTube family, man, it is your boy Jay, and I'm coming back at y'all with another reaction video. Today we're reacting to Low dropped the video on his Foot on the Line channel. I'm gonna leave a link to the video in the description box down below. The title of the video is "This is the worst NBA hot take of all time." They're really getting out of hand, like ESPN and all them. They're getting out of hand with the outrageous shit they be trying to say. You know what I'm saying? For no reason. We're gonna go ahead and get into this video and see what's going on.
I saw this clip as well. I think this might be the nastiest one.
Steph Curry is my answer. Steph Curry is my answer.
Okay.
Because
I
just
would
think
argue that the problem with Steph Curry, and I'll let JJ after me, the problem with Steph Curry is I think sometimes people have tried to be him, and it's hurt the league. Last year, it was the worst Game 7 I've ever seen. And I've been watching basketball at that level for a while.
Which Game 7?
Milwaukee and the Celtics. Milwaukee was 3 for 34 from 3.
I understand what he's saying. Did Curry ruin the league? Yes, you can say that, but people would also say like that Jordan ruined the league and Shaq ruined the league. When you're such a dominant figure, teams are going to duplicate what you're doing, the success that you had. They're going to try to duplicate that. But and also last year's Game 7 was bad. The worst that you ever seen is probably hyperbolic. He's talking about how much games he's watched. I think he's being a bit, again, hyperbolic there, because that Game 7 against the Houston Rockets versus Golden State Warriors, where Houston couldn't buy a 3, that was pretty bad. In my opinion, the worst Game 7 I've ever seen, the Houston Rockets versus the Dallas Mavericks. I believe that was 05 or 06, where Tracy McGrady and the rest of the Houston Rockets just didn't show up, and they got blown out by like 40 points or something like that. It was a bad Game 7. But I understand what he's trying to say. A bit, hyperbolic, but I understand what he's trying to say.
So as a result of that, with the accent of just shooting threes, you can make an argument that the game is not as balanced and as fun, because that's all people do is shoot threes.
Again, to be fair, the influence of Curry has definitely swung the pendulum heavily into three-point shooting. Again, I agree that it's become a bit excessive. And so if you want to argue that Curry has ruined the game, hey. However, bro, the game of basketball has never been balanced. It's never been balanced. It's never been a balanced game. Maybe outside of the 2000s when they changed the rules, but it's never been balanced. It's always been heavily interior and post play. That's how the game of basketball has been played for an overwhelming majority of its existence. So much so that the game was so poorly, it was such a bad visual experience that the NBA created a committee to change the rules so they can open the game up way better, because the game of basketball in the NBA was being played poorly. That's how bad the game of basketball was being played in the late 90s, entering the 2000s. They had to change all the rules up. So to say that this is the worst the game has ever looked, or it's just so bad watching it because it's not as balanced as it once was, no, you're lying, nigga. It's never been balanced, and it's looked much worse in other years.
Over time, over the course of an 82-game schedule, over the course of 20-some playoff games, the offenses are going to be more efficient. That's just math. You're going to have outliers like Houston Rockets versus Golden State Warriors, where they missed 27 straight threes or whatever it was, and you're going to have outliers like Game 7 last year with the Bucks and Celtics. But you know what? The Celtics won that game because Grant Williams, not a three-point shooter coming into the league, worked on his three-point shot, developed that, and won them a Game 7 because he knocked down 7 trays.
I am old school, as we all know, JJ, perfect. But, Bird shot plenty of threes, and they had Parrish and McHale.
What?
Bird shot, perfect. But, Bird shot plenty of threes. And they had Parrish and McHale. Bird shot plenty of threes. The best, and Bird is one of the great shooters in the history of the sport. Not even close.
Bird. Yeah, he's a great shooter. Bird did not shoot plenty of threes. He did not shoot plenty. He did not. No, he did not.
Bird shot threes. He never was a volume shooter from three.
No, I know that, but he was a...
Basketball done developed so much that a lot of the people that you talk about now, the only reason that we really respect them is because they was like the first of they kind of do it. You know what I'm saying? Or they was like, they came before so many others type shit. They like the blueprint, you know what I'm saying? Don't get the game fucked up. Some of these older niggas that we be talking about, bro, if you put these niggas in that bitch today, on my mama, they folding, bro. I seen these niggas dribble. Nigga, I'm snatching that hoe. You don't close out enough, I'm busting that hoe. We play faster. Like, I just don't think it's a competition. The defense. They don't have time to set up they defense if we running. You know what I'm saying? If we running and gunning and going fast pace, these niggas don't got time to set up these. They don't. Fuck all that shit they be talking about these older niggas. Be bringing no type of real facts, bro. At all.
Great three-point shooter. He was not good. He was great. He's one of the top 5 three-point shooters of all time.
What the fuck are we talking about right now? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about right now, bro? Bird is not one of the top 5 three-point shooters? Just quickly. Curry, Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, Stojakovic, Kyle Korver, Damian Lillard, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant. All these players are better. Glenn Rice, Mitch Richmond. All those players are better three-point shooters than... What the fuck?
Did you see the three-point shooting that he put on, those clinics that he put on at the All-Star game?
Again.
When niggas start losing the argument and stuff, they get to just saying shit. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what he going through right now. Drowning in a sea full of your own bullshit. And you was just trying to find a way out. But you can't. Cause you got yourself stuck in this position. Fuck it. I'm a player. I'm just letting y'all know what's going on.
There's no way this nigga reference. There's no way this nigga reference All-Star. There's no way this nigga referenced a three-point shooting contest in contrast to niggas who are shooting from 30 in real games with defense. There's just no way.
There's no way you could ever argue Larry Bird is a top 3 three-point shooter of all time. You can't make that argument.
You're basing it on math. You're basing it on math and a time of when he played. I'm basing it on just shooting.
Even if you were to adjust Bird and put him in today's league, like more than likely, he still would not be making threes at an alarming rate more than Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, or Curry. You can put him in the 90s, the 2000s, and the 2010s. He would not be a better three-point shooter than Reggie, Ray, or Curry. He just wouldn't be.
I'm not saying Larry Bird is not one of the greatest shooters ever. He's not one of the greatest three-point shooters ever.
Absolutely.
You cannot make that argument.
Yes, I'm sorry. Because the 80s is so much different. There's physicality, the way they guarded people. You couldn't. Can we get on
From 3, nigga. From 3. From 3. From 3. The way that these niggas act as if like niggas was like, it was physical ball at every aspect on the floor. There was not that much physical play from 3 because niggas weren't even defending out there from 3 routinely enough for it to be physical from 3 in the 80s. They would get quality looks. Players defend way more aggressively now from 3 than they did in the 80s because back then they weren't picking people up above the three-point line like they do now.
You and I are going to sit down. We're going to sit there and we're going to watch finals games from the 1980s.
Well, Jay, here's the difference.
I'm going to show you what physical basketball is versus physical fouling.
You're watching them on YouTube. I saw the games. I watched the games at the time.
God. To the old heads who run this logic, I watched the games. I was there at the time. I watched them. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't care. And guess what? Nobody.
You know what's crazy? Yeah, like I'm gonna expound on that before he keep going because I know he about to speak facts and all that cool shit. Even if you was there, you know what I'm saying? You probably all the access to the info I got now. You know what I'm saying? Through the internet and all that. It's like I was there, nigga. I was right beside you. They be using that argument, nigga. With all the shit I got now, all the info I can look up and images and all that cool shit. Nigga, I was right by you, bro. I was there too. We was sitting together. I don't know what this nigga talking about, bro. Dumb as hell, nah. But real talk, like, that's a dumbass logic to go by. It's weird. With that being said, too, since we wasn't there, we shouldn't be talking about history. No type of history in life we should ever talk about because we wasn't there, bro. We wasn't there. Don't speak on that shit. Don't even learn about that shit. We wasn't there. You see how dumb that is? But anyway, we're gonna keep going.
Guess what? Nobody should care. No one should care if you watch the games at the time. You know why? Because I refuse to believe that you can give me an accurate depiction of something that occurred 40 years ago. 40. 40. I don't care, bro. Mad Dog Russo is giving us poor description of things that happened a year ago, 2 years ago. Like something that happened within like the last off-season run. He's giving us poor descriptions of things that have happened recently. And you want me to believe that he remembers vividly something that happened 40 years ago? If I asked you, hey, explain to me in some form of detail what happened on your 22nd birthday and you're 70 years old, you're not going to be able to do that because that was nearly 50 years ago. You were there. It was some form of event because it was your birthday, but you don't remember every single last birthday that you had in any great detail 50, 60, 70 years ago because it happened 50, 60, 70 years ago.
When I watch Steph Curry off the ball in a playoff game,
Oh, he's great.
getting grabbed and held by Marcus Smart, they're attached to him at all times.
Right.
Then when I watch Larry Bird come off a pin down and no one's within 5 feet of him and they're shooting the gap, you're telling me that's more physical than Steph Curry being grabbed and held for 48 minutes?
He doesn't. They don't call those fouls on Marcus Smart when he holds them and he holds them on those pick and roll. Of course they call the fouls. They protect Curry all the time. He's at the free throw line. He lives at the free throw line.
What y'all want out of me, bro? I can't. This is like, that's the worst take I've ever heard in my life, bro. That's the worst take I've ever heard in my life. Curry lives at the free throw line. What do y'all like? What the fuck what do y'all want? Ayo, no cap. That might be the worst take I've ever heard in my entire life, bro. He literally attempts the fewest free throws of anyone in NBA history who's a 24 point per game scorer or better. He's literally at the bottom. I can't, bro. I mean, that's just a blatant lie, and it's why I can't take old heads serious. Once more, you want me to believe that you have an accurate depiction that happened 40 years ago when you don't even have an accurate depiction of what's happening right now. You don't. I don't take you serious. You are a joke. You're a joke. And you're lying just for the sake of lying. But Curry is literally the lowest volume free throw shooter of all volume scores in NBA history. You're a fucking liar. You are a liar. You're lying.
Yeah, man, let's gonna go ahead and do it for this reaction. I agree with Lo. I do get tired of older people doing that type of shit. Like when it comes to like arguing about sports, they always want to do that. It's the same arguments too. Like niggas is tired of hearing the same shit. Reaction, go ahead and hit that like button. Down below, other reaction videos you want to see me, other videos you want to see me react to. Subscribe and turn on post notifications so you can see when the young nigga posts. Yeah, it's been your boy Jay, and I'm out.